The Bitcoin bonanza continues. After a wild day yesterday, Bitcoin exchanges halted trading this morning, saying that they needed a cool down period before trading could resume because they were overwhelmed with traffic. You think all this craziness would be enough to make anyone question the safety of virtual currency. But our next guests say not so fast. They run the first bar in New York City to accept Bitcoins, and they think this could be the wave of the future. Joining me now is Alex Lichtenstein. He is co-owner of the bar Ever, and we have Charlie Shrem, also a co-owner and owner of Ever, and the COO of Bitcoin payment processing company BitInstant. All right, Charlie, I'm going to start with you because you are the Bitcoin guy, and all the news today is about not being able to trade Bitcoin. What happened? Why did it close down?
Well, essentially what happened was the volume of orders that were coming in were just surpassed what the exchanges could handle.
Was everybody trying to sell it? Because the price was going way down.
It was the opposite. Everyone was trying to buy. There was so much volume going in. Yesterday was one of our highest volume days that we've ever seen before.
It's going to reopen at 10 p.m. tonight Eastern time, right?
Between 9 and 10, yeah.
Between 9 and 10. Is it going to crash? Is it going to go higher? Tell our audience what you think is going to happen.
I think it's going to go higher. I mean, just look, all the order books are open. You can go see them, and there are a lot of orders coming in, and volume is high. People want to put money in. I think a lot of people now don't really know what the price is because the exchanges are off. So you're seeing a lot of people doing private deals like selling and buying. It's been a crazy day today. I haven't slept in like 40 hours.
You've just been tearing your hair out trying to figure out what's going on. So in light of all that, let me ask you, Alex, how can you possibly run a bar based on a currency that is fluctuating like this? How do you even price a drink?
A couple of things. First of all, the bar isn't running based on Bitcoin, so we just accept them as payment. But for us, it was a no-brainer because through the app we have that Charlie helped us out with the technology for, we get the money in dollars almost right away. We never hold any Bitcoins. What happens is you basically have the app, the waiter, the bartender puts in the USD amount, converts into the Bitcoin amount, the person with the Bitcoin.
So you don't have to worry about the fluctuating price of the Bitcoin because you just charge dollars and it instantly
Exactly. We get dollars instantly, and it's way better for us than credit card processing.
Why is it better?
Because we get the money in our bank account the next morning. One of the big issues in hospitality industry, especially with startups, is cash flow.
And chargebacks.
And chargebacks, exactly. You don't get the money right away because of credit card processing. With Bitcoins, with this app we have, we get the money right away. There's no such thing as a chargeback. And the processing fee is a fraction of what credit card processing costs. So it's really no risk.
Your bar is called Ever.
Correct.
How many people come in and actually use Bitcoins to pay on a percentage basis?
Well, we've only really been using it for about 3 days now.
That's
kind of hard to tell. We've only just started accepting Bitcoins. We've had, I'd say, about a dozen people use them so far.
3 days ago, what made you say, we are going to start accepting Bitcoins?
Well, it was my fault. He's wanted to do it for like months.
I've been wanting to do it since we opened, actually.
Really?
I mean, I've been familiar with Bitcoins. I'm not, a Bitcoin expert like Charlie, but it's something that's always intrigued me.
Can I tip in Bitcoins?
Absolutely.
Do you give change in Bitcoins?
Well, Bitcoins, you don't have to pay with a full Bitcoin. You can pay with 0.012 Bitcoins for whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, if it's $20 worth, it just converts into the Bitcoin amount.
Yeah.
And again, we get in dollars. So for us, there's no risk.
Charlie, I mean, one of the things that Alex said was really telling, which is that he doesn't hold Bitcoins. It's instantly translated back into dollars, which to me says that as a business owner, he doesn't have a lot of faith in the long-term value of a Bitcoin.
That's
it's
not
so
what
volatile.
Well, he's using
Do you instantly put it back into dollars?
Just because I have faith in it doesn't mean, because I personally have faith in something doesn't mean I can, have my investors have faith in it. For my business,
so your investors don't have faith. I mean, you convert it right back into dollars, which doesn't speak much for safety. Exactly.
Bitcoin is two things, and it's important to understand what they are. It's a payment system, and it's also a currency. More importantly, the payment system is really what gives it its value. It's a peer-to-peer payment system, and it's the largest socio-economic experiment mankind has ever seen. So what they're doing is they're not using it for the currency. They're using it for the fact that the payment system allows for anyone around the world.
Okay, but what is the point of having peer-to-peer payment? Because this is what a lot of people are saying, that it's about not being traceable, it's about buying and selling illegal things, it's about not paying taxes, the government not knowing what you're doing. I mean, all these things can be wonderful. I'm just wondering, is that what this is about?
No, it's a common misconception, actually. Bitcoins are not anonymous. They're private. It's a major difference. Every Bitcoin transaction can be traced back to the first Bitcoin transaction.
So what does it mean to be private? What's the advantage of that?
Meaning that no one, if someone's going to the bar and paying in Bitcoin, his wife, girlfriend, anyone who wants to know what he's buying is not going to see that purchase now on a credit card bill and say, whoa, what were you buying? Why were you at this bar? It's a lot different.
What about the government? Do they know where you're spending money?
So the government know you're spending money. You would treat it as a foreign currency. So if you were holding Bitcoin and you transferred it back to dollars like most people are doing now that taxes are due, then you have to, of course, file a return on capital gains.
Do you have to pay the same amount of tax on your earnings?
100%.
Absolutely.
All right. Gentlemen, thanks so much for coming on. Charlie, we're going to watch tonight. You said that it was going to go up when it opened. It's
going to be crazy tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. We're going to keep an eye on it. I hope you'll come back. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.